What's up, everybody? I'm Stan, and welcome to Detail Comics, where we go over comics in detail. This is Preview Picks, the weekly show where I go over the comic books that are coming out on Wednesday, give you an idea what they're all about, and whether there's something you should talk to your comic book shop about. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with independent titles, and I'm going to lead off with Valiant Savage number 1. So this is a story about a world-famous superstar and a supermodel wife that kind of crash-land their airplane, and ultimately it's their journey into losing their humanity. I don't really pick up a lot of Valiant because they're not necessarily available in my store, but it's the one that I'm going to be looking for if it's going to be around. Definitely something that piqued my interest. As for Image titles, we have Saga number 40, which is continuing on the whole war storyline, and it feels like it's going to be more of a conclusion now, so Saga is always a good pickup, definitely something I'd recommend you go grab. But the one I'm really going to recommend from Image is 7 to Eternity number 3. Rick Remender and Jerome Obna do a great job on this book, between the fantastical sense and the really relatable and yet somewhat unlikable characters that Rick Remender puts out, and the phenomenal art that Jerome Obna puts on the page. I really can't wait to see where this continues to go. It's a really good story, and I can't recommend it enough. Then we'll bounce over to DC, where we have the New Talent Showcase number 1. So this is going to be all the new writers and the new artists from their whole talent development section, and this is going to be interesting because they get to play in the sandbox with established DC characters. This is really the next generation of people that are going to be carrying on titles at DC Comics, so it's definitely something to be interested in and pick up if you have the means, because it's a bit more expensive, and for unproven talent, it might not necessarily be a good investment for some people. One that I'm going to be looking out for, but it might not necessarily be for you. However, we do have Batman Annual number 1, which combines a lot of top-tier talent in Tom King, Scott Snyder, Paul Dini, Steve Orlando, and a number of other writers, as well as great artists. So this is going to be kind of a collection of short stories that are going to tie the Batman mythos together from some of the most prominent Batman writers. Definitely a pickup, Batman Annual number 1. But the one I'm really excited for is Superman Annual number 1, and this is going to continue Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason's run as writing, as well as Jorge Jimenez on art. And this is good because this is kind of a prelude to Super Sons, because Jimenez and Tomasi are going to be doing that book together in February. But this one looks like it's going to have Superman and Swamp Thing, so that's going to be a really fun, funky kind of combination. I really can't wait to see where that's at. When we bounce over to Marvel, we've got Old Man Logan number 14 by Jeff Lemire, and this is the beginning of a brand new arc which uses the supernatural Howling Commandos, so that's going to be pretty interesting. However, I do see that there's no Andrea Sorrentino on the art, just the cover, so the interiors are going to look a little bit different than the exterior, and I'm not necessarily sure how that's going to play because Sorrentino's art has been such a big part of the overall Old Man Logan landscape. We also have Totally Awesome Hulk number 12, which continues its Civil War II storyline, where Hulk is fighting the Black Panther, but at this point in time, they're kind of reconciled, and Hulk realizes that he needs a little bit of help. So he's asked everybody to help him out as these monsters are unleashed in Austin, Texas. And I'm not sure if this is a transitional piece, where we're going to go from Civil War II immediately into something around Monsters Unleashed, which is coming out in January. But I'm a little up in the air because Civil War II unfortunately derailed Totally Awesome Hulk pretty hard. I'm really hoping that it kind of finds its footing and then gets back into the storytelling that it wanted to be. For new number 1s, we have Robbie Rayas' Ghost Rider number 1, which brings back the original creative team from the first book. So Felipe Smith is behind the typewriter for this one, and it looks like it's going to be a really fun book, especially if you've been fans of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. This is the Ghost Rider that they're really talking about, and I wonder how much influence that TV show aspect of Ghost Rider has been influencing the actual book itself. It's definitely something that I'll grab just to see what it's all about. And then to finish things off, we have IVX number 0 by Charles Sewell. This is going to give you a primer for the Inhumans versus X-Men storyline, and I really like Kenneth Rocafort's art, so that's a really redeeming thing. I don't really know if I'm excited for this event because of the bad taste left in my mouth from Death of X 1 through 4, but it's one of those things where I might just follow along to see where mutants kind of end up in this whole situation. Maybe, maybe not. It's going to be out there, so pick it up at your own peril. So those are the books that I'm planning on picking up on Wednesday, but I want to know if you guys are going to grab something different, so hit me up in the comments down below and we can start that conversation. As always, if you like what you see, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe right there to get more news, reviews, and commentary on comic books, comic book movies, comic book TV shows and games, and anything and everything inside the world of comics.